Hello and welcome back to another Unikron's gaming episode. Today's all about Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. And as per usual, let's do a brief history courtesy of Wikipedia. Alright, here we go. Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja, also simply known as either Bad Dudes or Dragon Ninja. I think Bad Dudes is for the American NES port and Dragon Ninja is probably for Japan and Europe over here. It's a side-scrolling cooperative beat-em-up developed and released by Data East as an arcade video game in 1988. It was ported to computer and game home console systems. I mostly played this in the arcade. In fact, I've only ever played it in the arcade. Yeah, it's pretty good. Obviously, I was playing more Altered Beast at the time. Anyway, in Bad Dudes, the players are tasked with rescuing President Ronnie from the ninja kidnappers. The game was a commercial success, becoming one of America's top 5 highest grossing games in 1988. Damn! The arcade version received generally positive reviews from critics, while the home conversions received also a positive critical reception. It has since become widely known for its general premise and introductory cutscene. That I didn't know. But anyway, yeah, that's the brief history done. For me, I remember playing this in a couple of local video game stores. Not video game stores, video rental stores. My apologies. Yeah, this was always 10 pence. It never had the biggest screen. It was always a cheap screen, so therefore it wasn't like a thing you'd go in there to play. When your parents were renting a movie, you'd ask for some change and 10 pence a credit, there you go. You'd probably last anywhere between, I don't know, 30 seconds to maybe a couple of minutes if you're lucky on one credit. I just remember the game was hard back in the day. Now I don't know why, because obviously it's a hit detection, but yeah. But no, I enjoyed it. I didn't realize it was such a success until I read Wikipedia just now. But yeah, it was enjoyable. I'm just going to see if it holds up today. So I'm revisiting this game for the channel. Anyway, let's get to it, shall we? Okay, so reading from my notes, I've got it's a very cool art style. I really did like the style. The main characters remind me of Jean-Claude Van Damme from late 80s, early 90s. Huge, big, bold sprites. They stand out from the background. They don't get lost. The enemy sprites are big and bold. There's not a huge variety, but there's enough. The stages also look nice. A decent bit of parallax scrolling. I have to say, the animation for me is actually probably one of Data East's best for this time period. I mean, I know Two Quick Dudes came afterwards, and that was like a sequel to this, but this still holds up. It still holds up. It looks pretty cool, especially what we had Vigilante and Altered Beast at that time. But this still looks nice. Lots of good animation. I like the fact that this is a 2-player cooperative game as well. So that's nice. It's got a decent moveset here. You can't always bring out the moves whenever you want to. I think some of it depends on how close you are to the enemy, what you're going to get, whether it be a punch or standing kick. I'm not too sure what's going on there. Some of the moves, unfortunately, are a bit useless. The hit detection, to be honest, is bad. It's not very good. The hit detection is annoying, and it's because the hit detection for the enemies just isn't good. But yet, so you've got the perfect hurt box for them. So your hurt box works perfectly. Their hit detection is janky. But you know, this is a machine that was made for the arcade vendors once again. Yay! There is a really good amount of speech in the game. Hell, even dogs are barking. You say what you've got to say after you defeat a boss. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The music is typical Data East for the time period. So that's neither positive or negative. It just depends on how you feel, really. I liked it. It was fine. What really impressed me is the sound effects for your punches and kicks. When they land, they sound really nice. They're not muffled. They sound crisp. You know, they got some heft to them, so that's really nice. the nunchucks and the knife, when you hit the enemies, it sounds good as well. So yeah, it's just really, really good. I was just like, wow, the sound is spot on for this. Oh, I forgot to add with the backgrounds. There's a decent variety of backgrounds. Once again, Data East, they all seem to give a decent amount of variety. It's not like same old, same old. You definitely know what stage is what. It stands out. If you see like a screen capture or just a random JPEG, you know it's this game. It's really, really good in that respect. Even the bosses, they've got a decent bit of variety there as well. Karnoff is in there, which is also a plus. So yeah, I think this is the first time I saw him in a video game. I know he's in, was it Fighters History or something like that beat 'em up score, and he's in a few other games as well, but this is the first time I ever saw him. So yeah, backgrounds are cool, boss variety is cool, but there was something that I did come across, which I'm gonna talk about in a second, which I thought was a bit odd, and I probably did it in the arcade as well because I didn't realize I did. So yeah, let's talk about that, and it's one of the movesets for the game. As you can see here, this is a Retro Classics. It's a PS4 game. I'm playing it on PlayStation 5. The game doesn't have any type of instructions whatsoever, so you just got to find out the moves. And obviously it's just a 2-button game, attack and jump. So as I was doing it, I realized at one point there's a spin kick, and it seemed pretty decent, as we can see here. Look, I zoomed in, and it looks like a hurricane kick. I'm just going to call it a spin kick. As long as you're airborne, it's pretty nifty. And I was like, oh, but I couldn't work out how the hell I did it. I was playing the Dual Sense controller, you know, just this, well, not a standard one because it's a different colored one, but you know, just a Dual Sense controller, what all PS5s come with. And I was trying to work out how I did that spin kick. Then I found out there was an upward kick, which I didn't know, a la Altered Beast. And then I was just like, what was it? So I'm trying everything here. As you can see, I'm struggling. I'm trying to work out how the hell I managed to get that spin kick out. I was like, what is it? And I didn't want to have to go to the internet. I'm like, no. This is arcade. Surely I can work it out. And as you can see, I'm still struggling here. I was just like, what? And I was like, hey, what was that? I did it. I was like, hold on. Was it jump and kick? And I started doing it again. I was like, oh wait, you have to press it really fast. And obviously with my thumb, I cannot press jump, then attack really fast. So I had to do, I don't know what you guys call it. I'll call it the claw method. I've only ever used that method for Tekken. So some people, if you see how they hold a controller when they play Tekken, it's like a claw, the way that they hold it. And so basically, I have to piano with my fingers, jump and kick really quickly, which obviously I can do much faster than trying to do it with my thumb. My thumb's just not fast enough. So I was able to do it here, but the claw method gives my hand cramp. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. How am I supposed to play this game and try and do these moves, plus get that out? Because even with the claw method, my success rate was probably, I don't know, 20% getting the move out. Even then, it still gets stuffed, but I just wanted to be able to get that move out. Without keep on failing and dying, I was like, oh boy, okay, there must be a better way for this. So I changed up the buttons. That didn't really help. I was like, no, I definitely need to use 2 fingers to get this out. I have to tap it really quickly, like, you know, piano. So I went in like this was an arcade machine. And if this was an arcade machine, what are we gonna use? That's right, an arcade stick. That's right, I went and broke out my Nacon Daija arcade stick, which I had modified from, I don't know, 2 years ago, whatever. Plugged it in, obviously wired. I ain't messing around now. It's like, no, we're doing this wired. So yeah, plugged it in. Had circle for jump and X for attack. Pianoed that bastard. As you can see here, this was the setup. I sat down on the floor like I was a kid. I'm a grown-ass man. Didn't matter. And that's what I did. And to be honest, I actually had more fun playing the game. Beforehand, I was just like, I'm just playing it, you know, get some footage, make a video. It's been a busy week, but I want to get a video out. But I really enjoyed playing this game with an arcade stick, and I might have to start doing it in some of these videos now. Just seeing how they play with an arcade stick. It shouldn't be any different, but it just felt more authentic. I don't know. It doesn't make sense because it's still up, down, left, right. I don't even think this game's 8-way. It could be, who knows. But no more than that. But it just felt better, and I could get the stuff. Obviously, my buttons are sandbar buttons and everything else, so it's a proper decent arcade stick. It cost me £250 or something like that. I don't know. It's really good, and it's native to the PlayStation 5. So yeah, I used to use it for Street Fighter 6 when Street Fighter 6 was good, in my opinion. The first season. Street Fighter 6, you bastards. Sorry. Yeah. So with the arcade stick and me pianoing, I could get that spin kick out at will. Now, even with that, the game, because of the hit detection for the enemies, is still wonky. So it's not like, you know, the saving grace. But now the game just feels and plays better as well. I'm just like, oh. I mean, I'd love to have done this in 2-player mode. Unfortunately, it was just me here. But yeah, it's just more enjoyable. It's that feeling. It's like, okay, I felt like I was playing at an arcade, but yet still, me playing this would have been better than playing at any arcade machine that I played this at. Because back in the day, you know, those sticks were horrendous. The buttons were awful. It was just a cheap cab, and it cost 10 pence. The screen, you know, those tiny screens, not even like a decent size. These were small cabs, mono. Yeah, and whenever new games came in, they just retroactively did what they had to do to put other games in there. Yeah, it didn't even have a marquee in the video store. So yeah, so what I was playing here is probably a lot better than what I was using back in the day. But it just felt great. It just felt great. Yeah, so I just played through the game, and all this footage from the pictures of the arcade machine, of my arcade stick, is me using the arcade stick. So yeah, really, really, really fun. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know if it's this version of the game, like, because it's not Arcade Archives, it's not M2, it's just this company that's done it. So the emulation could be rubbish, but as far as I remember, this doesn't feel like how any different to when I played it back in the day, to my memory. It feels roughly the same. In fact, it's actually better now because obviously I'm playing with the stick. But playing it with the controller, this is a game that I feel, because it's so random. I mean, if someone can do it with one credit, cool, you're great. But I just feel there's too much random nonsense in the game to really know that you're gonna do it, because it's just madness. It's one of those games you just have to throw credits at to beat it. And I feel that unfortunately, because of that, with playing with a controller, you're just going through the motions. But compared to when I was using an arcade stick, I could actually think to myself, oh, I can actually get better at this game if I wanted to. I mean, I ain't got time for this game now. It's what we in October 2025. I'm playing Ghost of Yota, and I really want to go back to that. So initially, when I first played this with the controller, I was, like I said, it was just for footage. I was like, okay, let's just get through the game again, get some good footage. Let me make some notes, say what I've got to say. But once I started playing with the arcade stick, I was like, yo, this is, I don't know, I'm having a lot more fun. It's a lot more enjoyable. So yeah, perhaps, I don't know, perhaps people can do it with an arcade stick. Perhaps the arcade stick may be able to rectify some of the jank. Nah, who am I kidding? No, to hell with that. No, you're not doing it on one credit. I just don't care unless it's tool assisted. How? It's just too wonky. The gameplay is just too wonky. But for some reason, when I plugged in the arcade stick, I just found it very enjoyable. I don't know. I'm so conflicted with this game now, because beforehand with the controller, standing controller, I was like, yeah, it's alright, it's cool. Yeah, you know, it's a retro game. It was almost vigilante, you know, just like, oh my god, this is just so cheap. But as soon as I plugged the arcade stick in there, my enjoyment increased tenfold. And I was like, oh, because I was planning what I was going to do. And when there was jank and I died, it didn't annoy me. I don't know, it was just really enjoyable. But like I said, if you don't have an arcade stick, is this game enjoyable? It's alright. It's just, I don't know, a bit below average, but with an arcade stick, yeah, it fails to give it a grade. Without an arcade stick, just playing this on your home machine with a standard controller, this bog standard controller, it would be a D plus to a C. No, that's too harsh. A C minus to a C. That's the most you get out of it. But since I plugged in the arcade stick, yeah, this game was a C plus to a B minus. So that's been Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. I shall see you in my next video. It was actually fun playing and making this video, to be honest. Anyway, I hope you all are well, and peace out.